Hi everyone, it's my honor to give you the presentation on the consultant project conducted by our team on the last month. In my presentation, there are 5 parts. First one is the organizational context. The second one is the consultancy undertaken. The third one is consulting approaches. And then the tasks fulfilled. And the last one is the outcomes achieved. Then we go through them one by one. Firstly, the organizational context. ABC is an international commercial bank headquartered in Hong Kong. In the past 3 years, it has implemented an international strategy by acquiring some local banks in Southeast Asia countries. These subsidiaries still maintain their pre-acquisition management models, which are quite different from that of Hong Kong head offices. These subsidiaries have been condemned or even fined by local regulators due to the poor statistical reports submitted to the authorities, such as misreporting or underreporting. Then, our team, as an international auditor of ABC, provides some consulting service for employees of Southeast Asia institutions to improve the quality of statistical reports to avoid being punished by local supervision according to the needs of senior management. Our team implemented the project from June the 8th to July the 3rd. Okay, then I will introduce the main consulting approaches. On the one hand, brainstorming approach is adopted in this project. Brainstorming is the process of creative idea generation by having individuals provide lists of problems, factors, and solutions. The consulting team organized the personnel of ABC's compliance department, IT department, the managers and the operators of the Southeast Asia subsidiaries to establish brainstorming group, express their views on the current problems, the causes of the problems, and the solutions, so as to quickly and more completely sort out the current statistical workflow of each subsidiary, the problematic links, and the main cause of the problems, and their respective suggestions. On the other hand, the consulting team adopted the 5 analysis method when analyzing the cause of the problem. The 5 analysis determines the root cause of the problem by asking the question why 5 times in succession. The consulting team conducted interviews with relevant personnel lay by lay. For example, firstly, consultants asked the management of each subsidiary why they failed to find statistical errors in the review process, while they generally answered that statistical operators cannot complete statistical work as soon as possible, resulting in sufficient time to review and find statistical errors or omissions. Then the consultant asked the statistical operator why he cannot complete the statistical work as soon as possible for the management to review. The operators proposed that the larger workload of data collection and the relative complicated circulation because of no system assistance. Furthermore, the consultant will further ask why the IT staff does not design a system to help the operators to automatically collect and calculate the data. The IT staff reflects that the compliance department has not raised the requirements for system design, so no relevant system has been established. And then the consultant accordingly asked about the compliance department why the IT system design requirements are not raised. Compliance personnel explains that the regulatory requirements of Southeast Asia countries are quite different and unfamiliar with them. Therefore, it is difficult to design standardized data collection and statistical analysis templates for IT departments to build the IT system. Finally, the consultant first asked why the compliance department could not grasp the regulatory requirements of Southeast Asia countries as soon as possible. The mechanism for sharing regulatory information with the Southeast Asia subsidiaries. From the Q&A above, we could basically make a knowledge of the critical information of the problem. Then I introduced the tasks fulfilled. The Six Sigma method is adopted in this consultation project, and the DMAIC process is as follows. Firstly, define the problem. It is essential that you look and do things, fully understand what you are doing. Collect all the facts and fully understand the problem, even if you are likely to be confused, even if it is not the person who hired you. It is said by the Faham in 1998. The consulting team communicated fully with the senior leader of ABC and made it clear that the problem to be solved is that the statistical reports submitted by the Southeast Asia subsidiary to the local regulators cannot meet the regulatory requirements. Moreover, on this basis, the consulting team defines the project strategy and goals according to its own sources and capabilities, including project scope, project time limit, project goals, and team members and other elements. Secondly, according to the project strategic and goals, the consulting team collects data and analyzes it by searching the statistical data of each subsidiary's past submission to the regulatory agency, interview in relevant personnel, and other methods. Thirdly, analysis what is going wrong. The consulting group led the organization of relevant departments of ABC's headquarters and subsidiaries in Southeast Asia to analyze the root cause of the problem. Furthermore, improve the process identified one of the most important process design objectives. Especially in large organizations, concerns the extent to which process design should be standardized. The consulting group assists the relevant until of ABC in designing the quality standards and the work processes of information statistics and guides the establishment of an IT system to automate the statistical worker. Those are solutions developed and implemented by the consulting group. Finally, hand control back to the client. The consulting team assists the relevant department of ABC's quarters and subsidiaries in Southeast Asia to establish relevant working mechanism to clarify each other's control responsibilities. The consulting team transfers knowledge to relevant units and trains them in accordance with regulatory requirements in the future changes to update relevant standards and process and improve IT system functions. Last one, I will introduce the outcomes achieved. There are three main outcomes. Firstly, the consulting team organizes the management and operation personnel of the ABC's compliance department and subsidiaries to jointly sort out the current requirements of Southeast Asia regulars for the submission of statistical data and establish corresponding statistical data quality standards and work process to ensure that the data collection and statistical analysis of the subsidiaries are standardized and unified, taking account the difference in regulatory requirements of various countries. Second one, the consulting team communicates with the compliance department of ABC, clarifying that it is possible for timely guidance and regular supervision of each subsidiary in Southeast Asia in strict accordance with the data statistical workflow established by the consulting group to ensure that the quality of the submitted data meets the standards. At the same time, it assists the compliance department to establish a standard regulatory information sharing mechanism with each subsidiary in Southeast Asia, keep abreast of the regulatory requirements of Southeast Asia countries, and work with each subsidiary to study the adjustment and optimization of the workflow in accordance with these regulatory requirements. Lastly, the consulting team assists the establishment of automatic data collection and statistical system by communicating with the IT departments of ABC to minimize the manual operations, reduce errors or manual tampings, and improve information process efficiency. So that's the main factors of our team's consultancy project. We wish it's helpful for all the senior management and the subsidiaries management. Our team are eager to can cooperate with you for the next time. Okay, see you. Bye.